Tshwane City Manager Metler has until Friday to convince Treasury not to revoke much-needed funding for the municipality. Tshwane might forfeit millions due to underperformance and non-compliance. The ANC in Tshwane held a media briefing accusing the DA-led coalition of collapsing the city by its failure to spend the money on much-needed services like fixing the water infrastructure in areas like Ikageng, where residents have not had water for close to 5 years.
They've spent less than 40% already, and they're struggling to locate where this must be spent. And it's a process, by the way, spending the budget. It's not like Komoto, this is where we are going to take the money to. But already they've failed this money, and they have accepted in the media space. So they won't be able to adhere to the timeline. They won't. It can't be. It's not feasible.
The party says the recent municipal workers' strike cannot be used as an excuse for the DA not to use the money when needed. On the other hand, the DA is adamant that they will put up a good motivation to save the needed money.
However, the city has been given until next week to respond to the various measures that will be put in place in order to ensure that the grant funding is spent in full before the end of the financial year in June.
The grants are meant to help with infrastructure projects, to resolve the water crisis in communities, fix potholes and clean communities, especially the townships.
When projects were cancelled and so on, there was never a strike. They were cancelled because the city could not plan properly, could not do their own things properly. So it has nothing to do with any excuses that they would want to put forward now. So we don't take any story right now. Where we are is that there must be intervention because there's crisis in the city is finished. So we need the province to intervene in terms of the law.
Despite the funds being available, dozens of projects have apparently been delayed or completely halted, particularly in the townships. The Tshwane Deputy Mayor has recently started to revive the neglected projects, but the ANC says this is about electioneering.
The ANC in Tshwane has also accused the DA-led multi-party coalition of deliberately delaying the much-needed capital projects that would have benefited the townships, where the ANC holds the majority of wards.
But now, because it's 2024, it's an election year, the DA, its mayor, together with the deputy mayor and other executive members, are now descending into our townships so that they may appeal to the voters.
Meanwhile, the ANC plans on mobilizing communities to put pressure on Brink and Metler. They also want the MEC for Cocter to intervene urgently before the city completely collapses. Patricia Fasachi, SABC News in Pretoria.